technical difficulties with part 1, but I was still able to sit down with 4 of the hottest bloggers in Memphis. So let's check out part 2. All right, we're back for part 2 of our roundtable discussion with these lovely bloggers I have here. We are going to dig right in because we have a lot to say about a lot of different things. So starting off this segment, we're going to go with Kerry Washington. Love her scandal. Couldn't believe that she secretly got married a few weeks ago. Do you all think in Hollywood that if you keep your relationship under wraps or keep it on a down low that it's going to last longer? Does it seem like that or no?
No.
I think it's just period in life.
I mean,
don't care if
you
you're
took that chance of being a star, and you knew that everything was going to be out in the public, so why try to hide it now?
Right. Because it's, I mean, eventually
It's going to get out.
it's going to get out. But a lot of times, though, you see that people that you don't always see them on the red carpet, the paparazzi isn't always filming them, and a lot of times you see that it does last. I mean, in Hollywood years, if you're together 3 years, that's like 10 years in norm, for the norm. But what do you all think? Do you think it lasts longer, or it doesn't matter?
I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. Even if you're not in Hollywood, if you have close friends, a lot of what goes on, if you open up to any of your close friends, a lot of times they'll be that conduit to the outside world on what goes on at your house. Because I mean, think about it. Think about Ice Cube for example.
Yes.
Do you ever hear anything about what goes on at Ice Cube's house? And I read one time that he said that they don't keep close friends and they don't tell anybody their business.
Right.
So you never hear anything about it. And even after years of not hearing anything about Denzel Washington and his marriage in the papers or anything, now all of a sudden you find out that they did not spend their 30th year anniversary together. It had to have been somebody close to them, to know that, to have put that information out there for everybody to pick up on. So, whether you're in Hollywood or right here in Memphis, it's just a matter of who you keep in your circle.
Right.
Yeah.
You agree?
I think, the less things you disclose, the less you have to worry about us bloggers and everybody else being critics about what's going on.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to give you the lush.
So the less I tell you, the less you got to find out on your own. So I just think, and a lot of people are going the Jay-Z and Beyonce route, even with pregnancy. Everybody, for years, we didn't officially know that Jay-Z and Beyonce were married. So everybody just assumed.
Okay, gotcha. Now we're going to move on to another Hollywood Scarlett, Gabrielle Union. She was just, did her show, Being Mary Jane on BET. Did you all watch? Did you like it? Could you relate? What do you think about it?
Loved it. Definitely can relate.
Yeah.
I watched it. I can't relate, but I know a lot of other people that can, who has to take on the burdens of their family members. So I liked it. It showed another light to other families and what they may have to go through. So it was interesting.
Right. I liked it too. I couldn't believe for me, I couldn't relate either, but the sex scenes were crazy to me.
I was kind of shocked that they
did they really put this on BET? But what did you think about
reality shows? They've already, top the notch on what's acceptable and what's not.
Right,
so I mean, I think that whoever the writer is just digging into what actually is happening in everyday life. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I actually did not get a chance to see the movie, but I keep hearing about these sex scenes. So that's all I keep hearing. Did you see those sex scenes?
It was a little.
Yes, it was a little risque.
I'm gonna have to check somebody's DVR.
You'll have to check it out. But it was a pretty good show.
I can relate to it as far as being, a black woman trying to do what you do and being single and being lying and all of that. Not necessarily taking care of her family, but so many families, especially black families, go through that.
One successful person, taking care of everybody.
So I thought the show was very, very good. I'm so happy for BET because they're really trying to have our back. I'm just so glad that they are trying to get better programming. So that I enjoyed it.
Right. And sticking with BET, the BET Awards this year, I actually enjoyed them this year, which I don't always enjoy. But this year they had some really good performers. Did you all have a favorite? Anyone that stood out to you?
Uncle Charlie.
Yes.
And
Justin Timberlake and Pharrell. Yes.
I didn't think Chris Tucker carried it well.
Yeah.
He's out of touch.
I thought he was gonna bring
out
some
the
more
loop for a while.
He's out of touch.
He's been out of it.
He's out of touch with the audience.
It's like he didn't have no technique. He would just go to the audience and talk about a person that was in the audience.
And that
Like,
was
he
barely even knew
he didn't
anybody
flow
in
well.
there. Yeah, he was. I think he's so disconnected with our generation, like with the PI.
He got saved. That
Is that what it is?
honestly, that
Still can be funny. Steve Harvey's still funny.
you can't like. There's certain cuss words that you gotta be able
I
to
don't think
say
that was
and a
necessarily
mentality to be funny. Think about it. When
Harvey is
Bernie
still
Mac
funny,
first
though.
got his television show, Bernie Mac officially became unfunny at that point. Still loved him, but he became unfunny. This was Chris Tucker's version of crossing over. He and nothing against being saved. Right. Heaven, you know, I go too. But after he made that transformation. He actually stopped working. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't been on a movie in years.
They said they asked him to do another movie, but he was like he didn't want to do the smoking.
He's actually on tour now. He was on tour.
Like Chris Tucker smoking weed and cussing.
That's what sells.
He don't do that no more.
Well, for me, like for me, I just thought he was just disconnected with the audience. It was obvious, and that may very well maybe because he,
the weed,
but he was so disconnected. Like it was like he didn't even really know who anybody was.
I mean, he knew the old school people. I mean, the people, you know.
Yeah, he didn't know the new people. And I mean, Kevin Hart made it funny within 30 seconds?
Those were my two favorite things. Like Kevin Hart was one, because just watching Kevin Hart's career from where he started, really enjoying life.
I got a movie coming out.
And second, best performance for me was Tamla Mann. Like, how can you put a gospel person into that loop?
And everybody enjoyed it.
She always does it.
She gives you chills.
Right. I'm so glad that it wasn't like it normally, is where you have a gospel performance and everybody like, oh, okay, I guess I should say hallelujah and sit down. Like it was like you can really you felt the anointing, like seriously.
Tamla Mann absolutely leaves it on the stage. You know who she sings
about. And she looks so gorgeous.
Her hair is always.
She looks so gorgeous, honey. Her face was big, honey, and her hair was like
amazing. Whoever styles her,
they need to contact me. That's who.
Hair, makeup, the weight loss.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
She did that.
Okay, so we're gonna stick on music. Jay-Z, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, went platinum first day. Do you all think that he is at the top of the rap game, or do you think someone else is, or what do you think about that, him going platinum that first day after being out for so long?
Being on top of the rap game, no. Being on top of the business game, yes. I mean, think about it. 1 million people did not buy this album. Period. That's just no doubt about it. 1 million people did not buy this album. One company bought the album and gave it away to 1 million people.
Right.
And they're actually still debating if they're going to consider it platinum based on the fact that it was not actual sales. So they're not officially declaring it platinum.
So, and it's a difference between someone going out and actually purchasing this album and someone saying, okay, yes, I'll take that for free.
So that goes back to the business savvy.
Exactly, right.
He is a smart businessman.
He is retired. He is daddy to Blue Ivy and lead the music.
I don't know about nobody else. I'm not a fan of Jay-Z. Like you said, the music, no, but far as business-wise, he's great. He's on top of that, but I'm not a fan.
So who are you a fan of? Who do you think is on top as far as
his wife?
That's not rap though.
We talking about rapping now. Yes, rapping now. But yes, I agree that his wife is on top.
I don't agree with that. His wife is on top,
right now.
And I
know you don't agree.
I don't. First of all, I'm not crazy about Beyonce. I love Destiny's Child, but I'm not crazy about her because she's too popish for me, and I don't feel like I can glow on get glow sticks and stuff. I don't like all that. But as far as the rap game, I like Kendrick Lamar because he has like an old school soul, but it's still modern.
Right.
Future, he's cool, but to me, he has no substance. It's just all about having fun.
He doesn't have substance, but he's on top when you look at
what? Yeah, maybe, but I don't think he'll be on top for a long time.
I consider T.I. as being on top as the rapper.
T.I. doesn't even have a deal right now. He's self.
Or
T.I. is starting reinventing. He's back down there with Yo Gotti. Like, he's
Ooh, Lord, what?
it hurt me.
I mean, he has, don't take away his scratches, but I don't think he's at the top of the game right now.
Okay.
No, I don't think he's at the top of the game. I mean, and like as far as like what people are listening to, it is the Futures, the Drakes, and the Kendrick Lamars, and the 2 Chainz, and like 2 Chainz said, like I might not be your favorite. One of his verses, he's like, I may not be your favorite rapper, but your favorite rapper got me on his song, so you gonna basically like it anyway. Exactly. So now I do like Pharrell and these beats he's starting to make again. You know what I'm saying? That Feds watching.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Love
like
him.
That. Yeah.
Love him. Okay, sticking with music, Kanye West.
Oh God, he's so angry.
He just attacked the paparazzi.
Yes, he did. Again.
Now, do you think Kanye is misunderstood, or do you think he really is as crazy as the media portrays him to be?
Might be a little bit of both, but I think there's definitely
anger management.
He's angry.
I think he plays off the media. I think that's why they named the baby Northwest.
To stay in the media.
I think he's so angry.
Why you like a hand on him? Like, he's going to jail.
He's angry.
Facing a lawsuit after
Assault charge.
Yeah, they were just talking about that.
They were just talking about that. I blame it on his camp, family members, and everybody, because those are the people who are supposed to be encouraging him to take his meds.
Sound like Cat Williams when they say Cat Williams was off his meds.
Right, exactly.
I think Kanye West is angry. Ever since his mom died, he has even his music is like he just. I think he needs to heal, and properly move on with his life, and. I don't know, but a lot of times we as humans can look at money and fame and of course try to cover up what's really going on. But he's angry. Yeah. He should be embarrassed. You're supposed to be happy. You got a lot going on.
A lot of good going on.
I don't even think he even cares about having a baby. They said majority of the time when she was pregnant, they only seen each other 13 times.
They were in 2 different countries most of the time.
It's like at first, before you got her pregnant, y'all was together 24/7. Every time you see the paparazzi, there was Kanye and Kim. Really, Kanye?
And now he's nowhere to be found.
He definitely has issues. The Diary of a Mad Black Man. That's
a question. I can probably explain right quick why they hadn't been together, but 13, times within their within a woman's pregnancy, she has emotional issues, right? You can't have like 2 people having all them emotional issues.
You do not want to miss the hilarious conclusion of the latest blogger roundtable discussion.
That's a good way to look at it.
Okay, now we cannot leave the latest roundtable without talking about fashion. So, do you all have a best dressed male and female celebrity? Not necessarily a couple, but a male and a female that you think never goes wrong or rarely goes wrong. I'll say that because a lot of times they have at least one hiccup. But I'll start with you, Jasmine. Do you have
Well, I don't really want to consider Kim Kardashian a celebrity, but before she got pregnant, even her family, those girls can dress. Every time they come out, I mean, far as their suits, how it's tailored, the pencil skirts and the blazers, the heels and the purses, I think
everything is on point.
Everything with them is on point. So I say Kim Kardashian.
Okay. What about you?
Tamar Braxton.
Yes.
She's always gorgeous to me.
Even with tennis shoes on. I've seen a lot of her with tennis shoes on. She still looks good.
Tennis shoes on. She was great. As far as a male is concerned, I mean, I don't notice anything that just be like, woo, he looks nice. Like everybody looks the same, But I mean, Jay-Z could dress up real nice. Yes. He can clean up real good when he wants to. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my female. I think Savannah, future Mrs. James. I think she is always on point. I mean, even when she is working out, she posts Instagram pics of her working out, and she looks good in her workout clothes. And as far as a guy, I think that T.I. actually, when he looks good, he looks really good. Even though he's a little guy, and I just can't get the little things, but he is just, I love his, when he looks good, he looks good.
Well, female, Kelly Rowland. She's chick bag.
Oh, yeah.
And male, I'm just gonna have to stick with LL. Like, that's my good. No clothes.
I heard that.
Yeah.
He's a nice looking man. Period.
You cannot go wrong.
He can just be wrapped in the garbage bag. He still look nice, honey. Woo, licking those lips. Woo.
That's what she said. Clothes and no clothes.
Shirt, whatever.
It's good.
I don't have a preference.
Okay, Barbara. What about you? What about you?
Well, I don't really have a specific male or female that has sort of caught my eye on the dressing part. Now, as far as T.I., you just mentioned a minute ago, you know, since he's sort of growing up every now and then, you know, he does.
I need an umbrella. He throwing so much shade.
A lot of the athletes have been sort of disturbing.
Yes.
Wade first.
Right.
Ooh.
Them pants.
Yes.
Well, that goes back to the Kanye thing. He knows what grabs the media attention.
Right.
Notice when
He
they started
probably
talking about it, he
does.
started doing it more and more. And his styles was getting more attention.
Right.
That's true,
Exactly.
too.
Exactly.
But when nobody has anything good to say about it, though, you know, that would be like
Anything that
But long as
brings
it's
publicity
attention.
and media
Exactly.
attention, it brings light to the way, which eventually brought light to the heat. It's just a, you know, a turning effect.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, from the glasses to the suits to the pants, the socks, the shoes. I mean, they are just over the top lately. I don't know. Yeah, too much.
He
Too
has
much.
a bag carrier. Like this guy actually holds his bag.
Yeah.
Man bag.
Yeah.
Man bag.
Exactly.
Well, whatever, a bag.
This is not a luggage. This is a man bag.
Exactly.
immerse.
Immersed.
I
Exactly.
ain't got one
Not a
back.
person.
Did you hear about his ex-wife?
Yeah.
Well, on the corner.
Yes. I just saw
Oh God! Now that I feel so sorry for
I feel sorry
her.
for
I wish she could just get over it. He
Oh
just.
my gosh, yeah.
She must have lost it, and every time you
I don't know why people were even there.
I think she lost it.
I don't even know why
she
people were
did.
there with her. Like her family should have just told her,
just
"No,
told
I'm not
her,
taking."
Don't do it.
I mean, somebody was holding the sign
Oh,
for her while she just
yes.
sitting down Indian style. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday.
Yes.
I couldn't believe
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty messed up.
Okay,
Disturbing.
we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Go around last time. Of course, I always like to give shout outs, give credit when credit is due. So I know that when I started blogging, I was inspired by Nicole Bitchie, of course. She was like my favorite blogger. I always go to her. She always got the latest scoop. So do you all have someone that inspired you to blog, or some blog that you always go to, to get the latest information, or that it's a credible source when you are trying to, find out what's going on?
Electronic Urban Report, eroweb.com.
Oh yeah, I love them
Yeah,
too.
they're good.
Which I was actually featured on there last week, as a matter of fact.
Okay, well, shout out.
Really? I know. Plug it on in there.
Check that out. Mine would be the Jasmine brand, jasminebrand.com. She's kind of young,
She
urban.
is very.
I like her style, so and I've met her, so she's cool people.
Really?
Yeah.
I like her too, because she's doing a lot of
has
videos and
some
stuff
good
now
stuff
too.
on
Yes,
her site.
she does. Very good. Okay, what about you?
I also like the Jasmine brand. I love Angel of Concrete Loop and Nicole Bitchie. I had a chance to meet them. They were pretty dope. I also like just writers. I like Brittany Danielle, Yvette Dion, Yisha Kelly, and I love Global Grind.
Yes.
I love Blogzilla. I mean, I really, anybody who has credible information and timely information, I pretty much dig them.
Okay. What about you?
I tend to follow the YBF a lot with Natasha E.
Yeah, she's
I
so
mean,
cool.
she's, like you said, timely.
Yeah.
Soon as something happened, it hit,
Yeah.
she got it on there. So,
YBF is my
YBF.
second
I like
choice
YBF
after
too.
Nicole Bitchie. Okay, well, wonderful. Okay, I'm going to see if we can get this in 30 seconds or less. If you can tell how to reach you, your site, Facebook, all of that good stuff. If you can tell the people how to reach you, this is your time to shine.
Okay, thank you.
Jasmine.
you can find me on Facebook, Jasmine Thomas, Instagram, Jasmine_universe, and you can check out the blog at globalrnb.com. You can download the app and tune in and just put in globalrnb.com and check out all the latest and 90s R&B music.
I'm Lajanae Cosby of ICanRepeatIt.com, and you can catch me on Twitter at NayICanRepeatIt. Visit my site, ICanRepeatIt.com, for all of your entertainment lush. And also find us on Facebook at I Can Repeat It. Thank you.
All right.
Laquita Jones. The Facebook is Exclusive Memphis. Instagram is Exclusive Memphis. Twitter is Exclusive Memphis. Website is exclusivememphis.com. In addition to entertainment news, we also do event promotion. So if you're looking for the hottest events and things that are going on in the city, you can find it on the site. And remember, there's no E in the front of Exclusive Memphis, just X, exclusivememphis.com.
All right, Myra.
Well, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, there's an app, there's video, there's everything, and all that can be found at what'shappeningmyron.com. See how easy I make that?
Be the man.
Right.
Oh my.
Well, thank you all so much for joining me for my round table. I still didn't actually get to all the questions, but hopefully we can do this again. Well, Lajanae, she's leaving us. She's heading down to Atlanta the end of the week, so she will not be, part of our Memphis blogger family
I'm
here.
saying though, I mean, I can still Skype in.
Yes,
we can do it like that.
Okay, but thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to check out the latest VRshow.com, my YouTube channel, Latest with VR. Just continue to support these fabulous bloggers, and until next time, remember, it's always the latest with VR.
CP Dixon Makeup. They turn average into fabulous with the stroke of a brush. That's right. You can visit them online at cpdixonmakeup.com or schedule an appointment today by calling 770-371-2424. You can also stop by and visit Shea Styles, 3340 Poplar Avenue, Suite 103. We are CP Dixon Makeup.
I had an awesome day spending time with Roc Nation's own Bridget Kelly. She stopped by the K97 Listening Lounge in Memphis, where I was able to grab a quick interview and see a live performance of her hot new single, Sweet Dreamin'. So check out her interviews and the live performance right here on The Latest with VR.
And that's really where I decided I was going to do music. I kind of dibbled and dabbled a little bit in church choir and, but as a kid, I was kind of forced to do that kind of stuff. It was like, all right, Bible study and church choir, bye. But then I got used to it. I started to really love it and started love to sing. And then I got to high school, and that's like the awkward phase of your life where you feel like, you want people to take you seriously, but you don't really know, who you are yet. And I felt like it was the right time for me to really embark on my artistic life, and that's when I made the decision. Like, all right, I got to do music. And so, when I graduated, I was doing open mics and auditions and castings, and anywhere that I could find a stage to get up and start singing and start talking and just be myself, I definitely did it. And then I met my manager, who was working at Def Jam at the time which is so funny, I've come full circle. Who was working at Def Jam at the time when Jay was there, and they were kind of preparing to leave and start Roc Nation. And I was like, okay, well, let's try and record a little demo. Let's put a package together so when they bounce, we know exactly where to go first. So that's kind of how that happened. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like you have to be locked into this R&B box, or do you, feel free to be Bridget Kelly in this industry?
I think it's a little bit of both. There's some politics and some rules that I still kind of have to play by. But I'm a new artist, so I feel like it's still an experiment. I still get to be who I want to be, and still get to, share my story and my music with the world. And that's the payoff for having to follow some rules.
Okay, now describe your perfect guy.
Perfect guy, 6'2", really nerdy, sense of humor, tattoos. Super fly, not too clean cut. I need somebody who's a little rough around the edges. I'm a whippersnapper. I pop off at the mouth, so I need somebody who can keep up with me. Really into sports, really athletic, really into, just exploring different things, listening to different music, and really patient, because I'm absolutely not patient. Someone who has a lot of common sense, who's very logical and practical and kind and intelligent and really funny. And that's probably my perfect guy.
Yeah, he sounds pretty perfect. Okay, I asked you this before, but go ahead and tell me your dream collaboration.
My dream collaboration, honestly, I would love to do some work with Pharrell and Andre 3000 and CeeLo. I think I'd be a really great combo. I would love to do some music with them.
Okay, great. And last question. Tell me what's next for Bridget Kelly.
So the album, Something Different, is coming out this fall. And that's probably the most exciting, most anticipated project ever for me. It's like being pregnant. I feel like I've been pregnant for 3 years, and it's like, okay, it's time to go. Everything else was starting to fall apart. We need to just put the baby out. So I'm excited to put it out.
only be one at a time. There can only be one R&B artist. There can only be one female rapper. There can only be one woman.
Right. Well, it's hard. I mean, I think with hip hop, it's very different because there aren't that many that are really doing it. You know, I think Nicki Minaj has caught a lot of backlash because, you know, she is who
She's
she
working.
is. She's working. She's the only one really on that platform, so you can't really be mad at her. And as far as R&B goes, I think now there's so many of us in this new kind of freshman class type of thing, and we're all really supportive of each other. We all really respect each other's craft and artistry. You know what I mean? Myself, El Varner, K. Michelle, Ray Vaughn. I mean, we all really just, we respect each other's craft and respect each other's womanhood at the end of the day.
And you know what? I think that's really important that you said that there's that bond with this new class coming up.
Absolutely.
Because maybe we'll get back to the day where we can hear those really big R&B songs where you've got so many different voices.
Yes.
You know, the last time we heard it was like, what? Brandy and Whitney Houston. You know, it was the last time where Brandy...
Hotel.
Yeah, right.
Kelly Price. You know, that was a big song.
I'm telling you, I was at Essence Festival a couple weeks ago, and it literally, I was backstage with my mother walking around the hallways, and Faith Evans had to stop me and be like, I really love your voice, God bless you. And my mother was like, that's the Faith Evans. Faith Evans just said she likes your voice. And those are those moments where it's like, okay,
you wish you could just freeze it. Yeah.
But if you have that, as an artist, it's the most validating feeling to know that other women respect you. And it's not competition. It's not like, you know, they're giving you the up and down look like, oh, who's this girl coming in and trying to, it's not that. It's really like, wow, you're dope. I'm dope because I'm me, but you're dope too. We can be dope together. And that's fly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we're going to ask some questions in a minute. Y'all wanted to perform? Y'all wanted to do a new single?
Yeah.
Y'all
wanted to sing before
I said lovely lullabies. I don't see another thing but starry skies, pillows of clouds beneath my wings, and endless skies. As far as hazy eyes can see, the sun will rise and illuminate this light. Oh, I have to return to reality. This time I'll try not to wake up from this dream. If I keep on believing, I won't wake up from this dream. If I keep on believing, I won't wake up from this dream. If I keep on believing, I won't wake up from this dream. If I keep on believing, I said I will not forget, fixating upon a face I never met, explaining away all the reasons as I said, so beautiful and here I wish I never left. I never know which was a lie. Oh, I have to return to reality. I'll try not to wake up from this dream. Said I won't wake up.
What's going on? This is Bridget Kelly, and it's always the latest with VR.